you guys. I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. It's a good day. It's a good day. So, to everyone who's new, hi, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. To everyone who's been subscribed and keeps coming back, mwah, you guys are fantastic. Thank you. So, what's happening? Tell me below. I donated to Wings in September when I met up with Rose up north in Illinois. I gave her my donations, and I forgot to tell her, don't enter me in the thank you gifts. And so I wound up winning a thank you gift. I believe her name is Edith, is the one who bought these and donated them, but then my girl Rose sent them to me because Edith bought these, and like I said, she bought them, she donated them as a thank you gift, and I am the lucky recipient. So I got some stitch markers from Rose, and they came in this nice little organza bag in this little purple envelope. Awesome. So I have these that say explore. And then these cute little Mickey Mousies. These pretty little black and silver, black and white. This is reflecting, it really doesn't have anything white on the bottom, that's all black. And these cool horses. So thank you, Edith, I appreciate that, and thank you, Rose, for sending them. Made me feel special. And everybody needs to feel special now and again. So, you guys, I've been busy. I sold all my snakes at my last craft show. I don't know if I told you the story. I had like 2 snakes left, and these 2 little girls came up, and the one girl was like, I want this snake, and her mom was like, okay. And the littler girl was like really hesitant about getting the other one. I think she wanted to be like her big sister, but she didn't really like snakes. And she kept asking me, is it nice? Is it nice? Is it a nice snake? And I was like, well, yes, they're all very nice. They're very sweet. They don't hurt you. And she was like, okay. So Mama bought her the snake. About, 10 minutes later, Grandpa came back with the little girl and the bag. And he was like, she's really scared of it. Can we just exchange this? I was like, I'll just give you back your money. No big deal. So I got the snake back. And then it came about time to be packing up, and I'm just packing up and visiting with Brian and visiting with a friend of ours and his daughter and grandson who had happened to stop by. And we're all talking, and I'm packing up, and this little boy is there, and he's like, can I get this snake? I was like, well, yeah, you can have that snake. You can buy that snake. So he bought that, and then he says, how about this? And I can't remember what it was, but it was some little thing. And I was like, yeah, you can buy that too. So I wound up selling a snake and something else as I was packing up. But the thing is, the snake found a home. So, yay. So, I had to make more snakes, is what the point is. See, eventually I get around to the point of the story. So, this first one I'm going to show you was made using Bernat Blanket Ombre. I bought this, I do believe I bought it when I was with Rose when we went shopping. I'd give you the specs and everything, but it's over there and I don't feel like getting it. It's just blanket yarn. All right. So it's this one. And he does have a little bit of a subtle change to him. And he's, you know, a little shorter than most of my snakes, but longer than the ones I'm going to show you. Because the next two were made using what I had left of a couple different. Okay. So we'll start with this one. Okay, this one has pretty pink eyes. Yeah, there you go. Pink. This yarn was left over, but I didn't have enough to do the entire snake, although that would have been like way cool. And I didn't want to go buy anymore. So I just did a few rows and I did some white. And then I had this color that actually matches that color right there. And then I did some more. I didn't have any pale pink like that. This was as close as I had. So then I just finished him up. And you know what he's stuffed with? Mostly leftover yarn scraps, little cut off pieces. Most of this is stuffed with yarn scraps. So anyway, there he is. Mwah! I'm thinking about possibly cutting out some red felt into a tongue for my snakes. So there he is, she is, whatever. This one is my smallest. This one is using, I think, Big Twist Cuddle. And, I can't even remember the name. But I absolutely love the way the yarn pooled. I did not do this on purpose. So here's his head. And look at this. It's just, there's his head and it just, the gray just pooled around. That was just, I was making it and I was like, oh my God, that is so flipping cool. And this just striped up so nice. And he's got copper eyes. Anyway, though, I think he's pretty neat. So that's my snakes. If you were ever to ask me what's my favorite thing to make, snakes. I do not like snakes in real life. I don't want anything to do with them. I think it stems from when I was like 4 years old and we had just moved into a property where my grandpa lived. So they dug a trench because it was out in the country. So they dug a trench between grandpa's house where the pump was, over to where our little trailer was. And my aunt and uncle and my cousins came out to visit. My cousin, the boys, are, I think, they're probably only 2 or 3 years older than I am. But when you're 4, and the boys are like 6 and 7, or even 5 and 6, whatever it was, that's a difference. And they were boys, and I was this little tiny girl. And they pushed me into that trench. Now remember, the trench was probably only about 3 feet deep, but I was probably only about 4 foot tall. And there were snakes in it. Baby gardeners. I remember that. There were baby gardeners in that trench, and my cousins pushed me into it. So that could be why I don't like snakes. Or it could just be, they're snakes. So let's move on. I also enjoy making these. And they were such a big seller, so I just made some more little ducks. And people like the yellow ones. So right now I have 5 ducks. So if you want something quick and easy to make, that's a good seller at craft shows. Guys, I sell these for $5. And I sold them all. It's just the body, and then you sew the head on, and then you, what is it called when you crochet right onto it? I know there's a word for it, not topographical, but it's something like that. It's just you make 2 slip stitches in here, and then it's a single and a half in one stitch and a single in the other, and then you just pull it through. And now I have the safety eyes glued in, but I mean, very easy. Then I made some gnomes because I had to have some stuff ready for Christmas, right? Because my next craft show is November 18th, and so I have this one. The yarn is sparkly. And then I have this one. And again, sparkly. All the hats are sparkly. Because the gnome itself, I mean, it's just gray. He's got to have something. This one I kind of put the nose on wrong, but Brian says they look like wizards. I'm like, I don't care. You can call them gnomes, wizards, whatever. As long as they sell, that's all that matters to me. This one. I was thinking about maybe putting bells, little jingle bells, on their hats. And then I have these 2. Now, the yarn that has the sparkly, the same color as the yarn, that's a big twist, sparkle or sprinkle, whatever it is. And then these yarns that have the colored, those are from Hirschner's. That's their, I don't know, I bought it last Christmas. Can't remember what it's called. But it was their holiday yarn. It's all sparkly. Then I made, hang on, some gift bags. Okay, Now, the only thing that I did different than what the pattern was is at the bottom to make mine flat like that. As soon as I made my first round of double crochets that with no increase, I did the front loop only. Because you guys, that's a little tip for you. If you're making something and you want it to have like a flat bottom, like a basket or something, and then you want it to have definite sides and you don't want it just to curve up, do back loop only on that first round. See, and then they just open up. And you put whatever you want in it. Boom. Tie it. Make a pretty bow. And then you put little pom-poms at the end. These pom-poms started out about that long. Oh God, my dog's in here. Oh, she farted. Anyway, they started out a lot bigger. All right, so that's what I have made. What I'd like to say right now is if you didn't realize it, I've just put up a tutorial for how to do Tunisian simple stitch without using a Tunisian hook. This is just for practice. Okay, we're not making anything. It's just practice to do the stitch. So that you don't have to go out and buy a Tunisian hook and then realize you don't like Tunisian crochet. And you're like, I'm just out whatever that cost. And the next one I've got coming up is going to be Tunisian knit stitch. And then the one after that is Tunisian purl. And the one after that is Tunisian honeycomb. So I've got the next 3 or 4 Saturdays all done. They're scheduled, posted, ready to go up. And yeah, that's what I've got going on. But yeah, I just wanted to show that you can like practice how to do Tunisian without a Tunisian hook. And, you know, figure out if it's what you want to do or not. And if you do, then hey, go out and buy yourself a couple of hooks or whatever. I wouldn't suggest buying a set of them unless you buy, like, hang on, something like this set that I picked up at Amazon a couple years ago for like $8 or $9. And I've got all of these. That was the first ones I bought. Because I was like, yeah, $10, $9, whatever it was. If I decide I don't like them, I haven't gone broke buying them. Where if I bought those Takumi Clover Takumis, you guys, they're great. They're fantastic hooks. They're interchangeable. I would not buy them unless you can get them on sale because they're kind of pricey. Teensy weensy. Okay, so let's see what our advice is for the week. New moon in Pisces. Attune to the divine. And the one on the bottom, last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. attuned to the divine. Lighten up, baby. And just for fun, see the bigger picture. So that's going to do it for me. I am going to be out of town. When you see this, I will be out of town at a conference, work related. And I'm not coming home till Friday. So I don't know how much I'm going to have for next week because I leave in just a little bit. So there's that. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all have a good day, good evening, good morning, whatever, whenever, wherever it is when you're watching. And later, Gators. Peace out.